silent.
I put my phone out there on silent.
Okay.
Should I go double check it just in case?
Nope, you're fine.
Okay. Good.
Welcome to Friday Night Magic at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. I am Ryan O'Loughlin. With me I have
Tyler Turtle Claypole.
Yeah, we're doing a tryout tonight. Down in the feature match we have Joe on the left. He's playing Affinity versus Ryan on the right. He's playing Blue-Red Faeries. Joe's going to start off with Inkmoth Nexus into a Signal Pest.
Well, that bolt will stop that slowly.
Yes, stopped. It certainly is. So, Tyler, do you know anything about Affinity versus Blue-Red Faeries, or are you not familiar with the matchup?
I know Infinity. I do not know Faeries. This is the first time actually seeing the deck for me.
Picture like a Blue-Red Delver-ish type deck with no Delvers.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Alright, so here's Inkmoth Nexus going in for 1. The red die right there will signify Ryan's poison count. He's going to go ahead and fetch shock himself. Or no, I'm sorry, he was already at.
Yeah, he took 2 off the Inkmoth Nexus.
Well, he took 2 off the steam vents, and now he's fetching himself down to 17. Getting a little caught up here. Alright. So it looks like Affinity has a little bit of a slow start.
Yeah, well, normally, it looks like Serum Visions from Ryan. Infinity starts so fast. Like, I play against it, it's like, wow.
Yeah. When they have their really fast starts where they get to play like 4 to 5 spells on the first turn, these blue-red decks that rely on Lightning Bolt and Snapcaster Mage to keep creatures under control can really fall behind. But a slow start like this, I think Ryan is going to have a much easier time. And he's resolving 2 Serum Visions here, so he's looking for Lightning Bolts and Electrolyzes and any other removal spells he may or may not have, like Forked Bolt.
Yeah, and that is a...
Ornithopter.
Ornithopter?
That's the old
It's a very old art.
Yes, it's one of the older ones. And another Signal Pest.
Oh.
And a Blinkmoth Nexus.
Swinging for 1.
Yep, that would be it. All right, here comes Inkmoth Nexus, which takes Ryan up to 2 poison. All right, I'm gonna be stepping out of the booth.
All right, I will be coverage here. No. Aaron's gonna stay here with me now for a little bit.
Yep. I guess.
Welcome, Aaron.
Welcome. What's going on? Explain to me, what are we...
So we have Infinity versus Blue-White Faeries.
Blue-White Faeries. Who's running? Wolfe's running Faeries?
Yep.
And Joe's running...
Joe's running Affinity, and so far Joe's been getting in there with the Inkmoth Nexus to infect damage already.
Okay.
And Ryan's looking for ways to get rid of Inkmoth Nexus.
Ooh, okay. I'm assuming Ryan cracked something.
He played a Serum Visions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Get attack for another one. Oh, he's gonna stop it. I can't see that card glare, unfortunately. Yeah. Looks like it passed.
Passed to Ryan, it looks. Land.
Scalding Tarn.
Oh, he passed again.
Yeah.
It looks like Ryan's not getting any good draws.
No, he's wanting probably Faeries here a little bit.
Is this game 1?
This is game 1.
Oh, okay.
Well, looks like that will be countered.
Who's the bet? Is there like a favored deck on this?
Not really at the beginning. It's so slow.
It was fun. I'm out.
Aaron.
Bye.
Okay, so catch me up. What's going on? Oh,
So,
looks like Joe has some more stuff going on.
Yeah, he's played another dude. I can't see it because...
That's the Memnite.
Okay.
It's a zero mana 1/1.
He's dropped that dude, and Ryan played a Serum Visions on his turn. Scalding Tarn passed.
So he hasn't found a removal spell
He's
since...
not.
Well, is that an Arcbound Ravager?
Yes,
What?
that did get countered.
Okay.
I could not tell the counter spell because of the glare, unfortunately.
Okay. Is this just graveyard? It looks like it's...
Yeah, that is his graveyard.
It looks like an exile pile. Okay. That's fine. We know it's the graveyard.
Also, Inkmoth Nexus was, I don't know, killed or bounced. I was eating your gummy worms at the time, sorry.
Audible sigh. Alright, looks like we're in Joe's main phase now. I see a Remand, a Cryptic Command, and
He's going to tap everything down here and probably
a
draw a card.
Spell Stutter Sprite in Ryan's turn. So yeah, it looks like he's going to tap the team before combat,
And
draw a card. Going to save himself some damage.
And get in there for...
Yep. Yep, but Joe will activate Blinkmoth Nexus at the beginning of the combat step, and then get in for
What is
1 point and get him down. Take Ryan down to 10. That's Fairy Miscreant. It's a blue for a 1/1 flyer. It says if you control another Fairy Miscreant when it enters the battlefield, draw a card.
Ooh.
So you cast one, and then your second one you get to draw a card. If you cast a third one with 2 in play, you draw 2 cards.
Ooh. That is amazing. That sounds cool.
Mm-hmm. It's a popper staple from
And
that.
that is...
Etch Champion.
That is not a fun card right now. Oh, it gets remanded instead.
Yeah, it's a Metalcraft. When you have Metalcraft, it has protection from all colors.
I've ran into it, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too.
Vapor Snag does nothing.
Used to be one of my least favorite creatures when I played Modern a lot.
Your combat block.
Yep.
Ryan will take 4.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to trade, and he's going to take 4 and fall down to 7. That Signal Pest, getting that off the battlefield is good. What Joe really wants here is a Cranial Plating.
Yeah, that would possibly end it.
Although Ryan does have at least 1 more counter spell in his hand.
Maybe 2.
I know he has the Spell Stutter Sprite, which right now would counter a Cranial Plating. And here's another Darksteel Citadel.
He might activate the... is it Ink Block or is it... Which one is this one? The land?
That's Blinkmoth.
These two always get me confused.
Yeah, me too.
So he might activate him this turn and maybe swing in a little bit.
I try to remember.
Oh, he will.
Inkmoth is the one with Infect, and
the
drinking
the annoying one.
And drinking ink is poisonous.
Eh.
Alright, so here's Spell Stutter Sprite coming in just to block. So it will not be countering any spells. It looks like Ryan might try to trade his 2 fairies for the 2 Blinkmoths.
Which that seems like kind of a good trade at the moment.
I mean, he's at 7. He doesn't want to take 3 and go to 4. He needs to do something. It looks like he's not drawing a lot of Lightning Bolts or any Snapcaster Mages.
A lot of lands.
Yeah. Alright, so declaring attackers.
And that is Cranial Plating?
Alright, no, it looks like... It looks like Joe animated the Blinkmoths, and then Ryan decided to flash in the fairy, and then so Joe decided to use the mana to cast Steel Overseer instead.
Okay.
But Ryan is going to pitch a Disrupting Shoals to counter it with Disrupting Shoals. Do you know that one?
No, I do not. These decks are Ryan Wolfe's decks are very new to me.
So it's kind of like Force of Will, but instead of just pitching a blue card, you have to pitch a blue card with the same converted mana cost.
Ah.
So if you discard a 2 mana spell, you can counter a 2 mana spell.
So the Force of Will of Modern.
Yeah.
He's gonna...
Alright, that's Ninjutsu, so Ryan's going to put that, the fairy back in his hand, and he's going to get Ninja of the Deep Hours, and when it deals combat damage, he'll be able to draw a card. The Ornithopter will block the Fairy Miscreant.
Yeah.
That is going to take Joe down to 18.
Apologies for the coughing, ladies and gentlemen.
No worries. Alright, so we're back in Joe's turn. He's just looking to find some damage. And then he also knows that Ryan has that the Spell Starter Sprite in his hand, which can block one of the...
And there's another card there we don't know.
Yes. Alright, here's Etch Champion again. Ryan really needs a counterspell for this one.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that on the field.
Unfortunately, that is a 3 mana spell,
That'll get
so he
bolted.
can't counter it with Spell Starter Sprite. He found a Bolt, which will eat the Memnite, which helps. But thanks to those Darksteel Citadels, Joe is not going to lose Metalcraft.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately for Ryan.
Yeah.
He's just going to draw and pass.
Well, Ryan's getting a lot of lands. Like, a
He
lot of lands.
is drawing a lot of lands. Here's Mox Opal.
See, that card always confused me with Chrome Mox. I don't know why.
They're very similar. They essentially do the same thing, but they have different requirements. Alright, and here's Cranial Plating.
And it will get remanded?
Yeah, but Joe can cast it again.
Yeah, he can probably cast it 2 more times.
You can cast it once. And here's Spell Stutter Sprite, and since Ryan has 2 fairies, it will get countered.
Hey, he needed that right at this point.
Yeah, but Joe still has this Etch Champion, which is a 4-turn clock.
Is it protection from blue at the moment?
It's protection. Yeah, he has
What
Metalcraft.
is
That is Galvanic Blast, which will deal 4 to Ryan, taking him down to 3.
Ryan's not in a good spot right now.
And Joe decides not to attack, which is interesting because he could take Ryan down to 1 here.
Yeah. Ryan's probably gonna pass a turn, possibly here.
Probably,
Yep.
yeah. This deck does that a lot. All right, so with the flyers, no, he can block. All right, so there's a cranial plating.
Oh, that's
all right,
it.
yeah, we're just
That's
scooping
it.
up. All right, Joe takes game 1 over Ryan. Affinity over blue red Faeries. Get my scores updated for you guys. Sorry for the late startup. Unfortunately, we will just be streaming this one round this evening. We had a little bit of a staff mix-up. We thought Kurt was in this week. Turns out he's in next week, so we just had to figure out something. But we wanted to stream something rather than nothing for you guys. So here we are with round number 3. And I'll be dipping out a little early, so it'll just be this one tonight. While we have you here... Nope, never mind, because I don't... This is apparently broken.
Oh, you broke it. Good job.
Yeah, I was going to bring up my Eternal Fest flyer.
Oh. You can still make announcements about it.
Yeah, most certainly can. I would like to have the flyer.
Yeah.
Why is you broken flyer? Okay, well, we want to let everybody know that we're holding our own Eternal Weekend type event. It is the Four Horsemen Eternal Festival, which is the last weekend in August the 25th to the 27th. Lots of awesome events. Are you going to be there, Tyler?
I unfortunately will be at a Civil War reenactment.
Wow.
I'm a little bit sad. I'll be at the F&M, but I will not be there Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Maybe the Union won't show up and I don't have to fight them, and I can be at this awesome event.
Seems unlikely.
They do it all the time.
All right, so we're going to have 3 days worth of events. On Friday, we're going to have our regular 6:30 Modern F&M, but we'll also have a Friday night Legacy event, which will allow proxies. That's at 6 o'clock. Then on Saturday, we have the big main event, the Team Eternal event, which is a team-constructed event, except you do Modern, Legacy, and Vintage instead of Standard. And we will be allowing proxies for the Legacy and Vintage players in that. They do require to have the full text and must be approved by the judge before the event starts. Then we'll have an Eternal Masters side event draft. And we're also going to be doing a Legacy Proxy Legacy Championships on Sunday at noon, followed up by a Modern No Ban List side event at 3 o'clock. So lots and lots and lots.
I'm trying not to cry over here. I'm going to miss all this.
And also, that is the release weekend of Commander 2017 with the awesome new tribal decks featuring dragons and cats and vampires and lots of cool stuff. So we're going to be running some Commander events all weekend long.
Union, please don't show up. I want to be here. I like No Ban Modern. I like that a lot.
Just send them a letter. Tell them you can't make it.
They don't know how to read.
No comment. All right, so it looks like our players are ready. They're looking at their opening 7. Ryan, they're both going to keep, and Ryan is going to start off with a Scalding Tarn, knocking himself down to at least 19.
Yeah, probably Serum Vision's turn 1.
That is often a turn 1 play for this deck. Leading off on a beautiful island.
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm going to say top, bottom. Call it.
I say both top.
I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Hey!
Nobody beats me at this game.
I just did, boy.
Okay. All right, Joe has Inkmoth Nexus once again, followed by Ornithopter into Ornithopter.
Drop another one.
It looks like he has another play. Maybe not.
Yeah. See,
no, he's just going to pass it back.
Infinity screwed me so much because, like, everything cost 0 when I got into Modern, and it was like, oh.
Yep. Ryan's going to play Steam Vents, going down to 17, passing it back. Probably representing some kind of counterspell.
There's a Chrome Mox.
I see a Spell Starter Sprite. Or that's a Mox Opal.
Mox Opal?
Chrome Mox is banned.
See, like I said, I get those two confused all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Going to play
Cranial Plating. Unfortunately, that Spell Starter Sprite in Ryan's hand cannot counter the Cranial Plating.
Oh, he can't. It's 2 to equip, correct? He can equip it. He will.
It's 1 to equip, and 2 black to attach, which means equip at instant speed.
Okay.
Yeah, so that Ornithopter is going to go ahead and hit Ryan for 4, down to 13. Spell Stutter Sprite at end of turn is probably going to be a blocker. Here's a Fairy Miscreant. Unfortunately, he didn't have that Fairy Miscreant on turn 1 to be able to counter that. Here's Serum Visions.
I say 1 bottom, 1 top.
I say bottom. Ah! I never lose! Alright, going back to Joe. Ryan missed the land drop. He's tapped out, but he did find a Lightning Bolt.
That'll come in handy next turn.
Yeah, but Joe has lots of things. Currently, he has 4 things to equip this cranial plating to.
Ew.
Yeah.
Especially on an Inkmoth Nexus.
Uh-huh.
Which he will do.
Oh, man. Okay, no, yeah.
He's activating it. Okay.
Yeah, he's activating the Inkmoth Nexus.
He's probably going to attack. I say he'll just attack with cranial plating.
If he's activating Inkmoth Nexus, he's probably going to attack with it. Alright, huh? You're right. Alright, so just... Okay, so he activated the Inkmoth, so that'll give him 1 more artifact. So he's going to take... Ryan will take 5 and go down to 8. Ryan's just going to draw and pass it back. He has a Lightning Bolt, but he missed his lane drop again.
And it's not good.
Yeah. If Joe can get a Springleaf Drum or something else to give him a second black, he'll have 2 black up for attach.
He's going to do probably the same thing here again as last turn.
It looks like it.
Oh, no,
yeah, he's going to
re-equip it now.
Yeah, he's going to re-equip here. Funny that he's changing from damage over to infect this late, or this close to having Ryan dead.
Ryan's going to bolt it.
Yeah, here's Bolt. And
Spell Pierce.
Spell Pierce, yeah. So here's a block, which will just kill the Fairy Miscreant. Actually, they'll trade because cranial plating only affects power, not toughness. Alright. I guess maybe Joe did that to sacrifice the Inkmoth Nexus because he figured Ryan might have a removal spell for the Ornithopter. I don't know.
Yeah, I would always go after the land. I dislike that land a lot.
Oh, yeah. Although it's... I like the damage plane right now because Ryan's at 8.
Yeah. Which Ryan now hit a land. He did get another island.
Yep.
He'll pass.
Alright, here's Etched Champion, which is going to Ceremonious Rejection for Ryan.
That card is so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Sees a little bit of legacy play too.
You used to have like 2 play sets of those, and I lose them all, and then they become money. I'm like, no.
Are they worth money?
They're like $1.
Okay. It's like Joe's taking a hard think, and he's just gonna kick it back. Okay.
And Ryan got another land as a can't tell what that is.
Desolate Lighthouse. It taps for a colorless, or you can pay a generic, a blue and a red to draw a card and discard a card. Used to see a lot more play when Splinter Twin was a thing. Really good in the Twin Mirror.
I'm so glad I didn't play Modern when Splinter Twin was legal. I'd probably cried more.
You just have to learn. Like, you get punished for a long time, but eventually you just learn. Alright, so here's Tormod's Crypt for Joe.
That's a Snapcaster?
Yeah, Ryan. He's going to activate it on Ryan's to exile Ryan's graveyard, but Ryan's going to respond by snapping a bolt on one of the Ornithopters.
He's losing artifacts. That cranial plating is going to get smaller now.
Yep. So he still has... He only has 3... Now he has... ooh. I think Ryan really needs a Ceremonious Rejection here. Ooh. Yeah. That's a big play for Joe.
Yeah, no. Let's see how he goes. I don't know if there's much he can do about it here.
We'll find out. It looks like Ryan just drew a Ceremonious Rejection that turn.
Oh.
That's your deck not treating you well.
No,
that's where I consider like ripping a card. Or maybe that's Ninja. I think that's Ninja of the Deep Hours. All right, so he's gonna pass back to Joe. I'm not sure what Joe. Okay, he drew another Blinkmoth Nexus. So if he activates all 3 of his Nexi,
which he can,
which he can do, that'll give him 7 artifacts, so he can hit for 9 here. So he potentially has lethal on the table. Although Ryan does have Electrolyze, which will take care of the Ornithopter or 2 of the Nexi. And so he's going to attack.
Didn't activate, so it's just
well, he's able to activate before damage. He's counting here.
And he will activate 1.
Yeah, so he's just being cautious. He might have something else to play. So Ryan's going to do 1 to the next ion, 1 to Joe, taking him down at 19.
Alright.
No point in doing it to the Ornithopter since it wouldn't kill it.
And will take the damage, and he's down to
2. He
2.
takes 6 and goes down to 2. Ryan has to figure out something fast.
Yes, he does. And getting land screwed early on was not.
It was not good. And I'm not really sure what card Ryan could have in his deck to get him out of this situation. All right, so yeah, he's just going to pick him up, and Joe takes the match 2-0 over Ryan. Affinity winning over Blue-Red Faeries. All right, thank you guys for watching, and once again, I apologize for us being brief this evening. We just wanted to give you a little something, and I want to let you guys know that we are doing game day events this weekend. We have standard game day this Saturday and Sunday, tomorrow and the next day, both at noon. Both are free to play. Every person who plays, we will kick in 1 pack of Hour of Devastation to the prize pool. Got some pretty cool top 8 promos and a sweet Hailfire Nickel Bowls playmat.
That does look sweet.
Yeah.
Also, at the 5 o'clock on Saturday, there's a Modern Win-A-Box, $10 entry fee.
Yep, only $10.
And then Sunday, we have game day again, and 6 o'clock.
Yep, 6 o'clock we're having another Modern Win-A-Box. That is, like I said, at 6, so that's an after-hours event. I will be here definitely this Sunday one, most likely at the Saturday one, so come hang out. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more folk, hopefully.
Yep. All right, Tyler, thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We will talk to you later. Once again, this is Ryan and Tyler from 4 Horsemen Comics and Gaming. Check us out in Morgantown, Clarksburg, and in Waynesburg, PA. Bye-bye.